Hey, good evening. Hope all is well. In this tutorial, I'm going to be designing this simple form, this simple web page. It is a web page, but it is in form of a form in web design. So by the end of this tutorial, the viewer should be able to know how to code forms, how to code drop-down forms, radio buttons, submit, reset, and the color. So I'm going to code this using HTML. So at my computer, I'm going to create a new folder. I will name it home cleaning. Then at the start button here, I'll look for Notepad. Then I open it like such. So straight I'm going to rename this notepad here. I'm going to give it a name at file, then save as. I store it in my folder around desktop. It is home cleaning. Then I give it a name, maybe a cleaning form .html. Then all files, then I save. So this form is going to be in my folder, and Notepad is going to be my text editor as of now. So let me kick off with the code. So basically, when we are coding with HTML, we always open the tag and close the tag like such, HTML. Then inside that tag, I put the head tag. Like this, head. Then I close the head tag. So inside the head tag, I type the title tag. I close the title tag as well. I close the title tag. So I'm going to rename my title home cleaning, something like cleaning project as an example. So my title will have cleaning, is a mistake here, cleaning project. Okay, cleaning project. And then in the body tag here, I will type the body tag that's going to hold most of my code. I close the body tag, press enter, create some space within the body tag. Now before I even continue, this is the actual structure of an HTML language. It's the basic structure, the basic structure of HTML. Whenever you're coding, you're always expected to have that code I've just typed. It's the basic code. So inside the body tag, let me first type a heading, for example, home cleaning services, yes. So let me first save this, Ctrl S, then I go here, right click, open with Google Chrome. So I've opened Google Chrome and my code is already running. Remember at the start of the video I said I want to code something like this, a form. And here I am, I'm at least having the heading of a form. So back to my code, I want to design this page. For example, when I want to give my page a color, I'm going to go in the body tag, then I type a biggie color, I give it, I want yellow. Let me first save that, Ctrl S, back to this, I run. Now in some cases, if my biggie color yellow doesn't work like what I was trying to do. Maybe I left space here, big color, Ctrl S, I run again, so it works. Some people, instead of typing a yellow English name, they can type something like hash and then F. There are 4 F's and 2 zeros, Ctrl S, and it also works. It can put a yellow color, but I think yellow is just easier. It's just an English word, yellow, because I want yellow as my background color of the page. Now to the home cleaning services, remember it was the title. At least the title should be centered. So I want to center it. I want to open a center tag, and then here I'll just close a center tag, Ctrl S, then I run. So it is now centered. It's in the center and it's what I wanted. At least I could even give it a font. For example, font color. Font color is equal to, in quotes I can put red, maybe I want it to have red. Size is equal to, maybe I want it to have +10. Maybe I can even close the font tag around here, Ctrl S. Someone is using Ctrl S because I always save and then I see what it returns in my search engine. Maybe if it doesn't return, there's a mistake somewhere. I look for the mistake and correct it. Run. So home cleaning service is now red, and maybe I can give it a bold structure because it's a heading. B, then right here at the end, first give it a full page. At the end I can close the bold tag. Then if I run this, it will be bold in my search engine. Now back to my code here. So I've dealt with the heading. I'm heading to the forms now, the actual forms. The first category of a form is client's first name. The second category of a form is next name. So I want to code those by doing this. Let me try to increase the size of my text editor here. Okay. So under that, I want to just open a form tag like this. So form tag is going to help me design the forms, and I will also close the form tag around here. And inside the form tag, I want to tag whatever I want to design. So I'm going to first start with the client's first name. Client's first name. So after typing client's first name, for whichever form we design in HTML, we give it input type. So input type is going to be text. We're going to see the effect of input type after I've ran the code in the search engine. Text, then I'll just type name here. What's the name? The name is client's first name. Okay, so let me first run this and then I see the effect of it in my code. I've just saved it, Ctrl S. Then I want to run it. It's affecting my code like that, client's first name. Now in most cases when you're coding, you should just know how a code runs. For example, like I've just coded input type is equal to text. That is a form, and it's affecting my search engine like this. So if I'm heading to something else, I think it was a next name. Of course, I could just type next name. Then I just repeat the input type. Now some individuals can even decide to just highlight this then they copy and paste. Copy paste, then you just change the text here. Instead of client's first name, I think I was at next name, so I'll just type next name, then I save, I run, and then it's affecting my work like this. But remember, I said I'm just trying to do something that's looking like this exactly. So next name should be on the next line instead of remaining on the same line. So if I have next name on the next line, I'll just break, just put a BR, I save, then I run again. So it's going to be broken to the next line. Now some people can even decide to use a P instead of a BR. Some people can even decide to use a P. I can put a P here, P, then I save. So a P can also push your forms to the next line, and I think it's better because it creates space between the forms. So that's how you code the two first forms of the page. So those were the two forms that require someone to type information. For example, if my client has, his name is Kasozi Marvin, so you see the forms enable someone to type the information. That's just a form in web design. So back to my code, I'm heading to the next part, that is appointment date and appointment month. Appointment month is first and appointment date is next. So appointment date, this kind of form is a drop down. It's going to create a drop down list that enables one to select whatever information. Now a drop down list is easier because someone is not typing, someone is just selecting. So that is designed in HTML through, of course, writing a simple code. This code of input type, it was for a form. Now there's another code that is called a drop down code. So let me type it here and then I see how it really works. Appointment date. Okay, so after typing appointment date, I can first save and then I see how it's going to affect my website. It's just affecting it by pushing appointment date to the next line, and it's what I want. So appointment date, there and then I'm going to give it a select name. What is it supposed to do? It's supposed to be a drop down. So I'm going to type select name. And what's the select name? It is drop down. Anyway, if you're new with HTML, you could just move along with me in whatever I'm doing. You could move along with me and then you see how it works for you. And if you're just completely new and green, you could inbox. I send you some beginning codes of the language and then you better up yourself. So that is select name and is equal to drop down. Now just like any code, select is also closed. That's why I'm closing it there. So if I save this and then back to my search engine, the select is already popping up here. So select name is equal to drop down, but what options should be in appointment date? Actually it was, let me start with appointment month instead of date. What options are supposed to be in appointment month? Of course, they're supposed to be months of a year, where someone just selects a month of a year. There are 12 months of a year. So I'm going to just code something simple here. In the two angle brackets, I'm going to put option value is equal to what? January. Why am I typing January? Because January is the first month of the year. After typing January, I could just type selected. So January has been selected and indeed it's January. Then I close the option value. Now that could be somehow tricky, but I think it could be easier when when you're coding it like this, the moment you type option value, okay, you have to close option value immediately. Then you go back to the opening tag of option value, put equals and type January. After typing the January month, you type here selected was around here, selected. Then lastly, you could just repeat a January here, and it will definitely work. So if I run this, Ctrl S, and then I go back to my website, it's already putting January. And what makes the option value hard at times, it's just here where I started from, at select name is equal to drop down. Most of us forget to give it a drop down, so it may not be displaying a drop down when you're running it in your search engine. But if you give it a drop down option, then you give it your first option value, then things are going to be okay. I'm saying things are going to be okay because you'll have to just copy this option value, Ctrl S, okay. After copying it, you paste. Sorry, I didn't copy. Highlight, Ctrl C, copy, then enter, paste. So January is here. I just type February because February is the second month of the year. Even here I type February. I just repeat for all the months. So even February, for after February it's March. Even here I just type March. Repeat. I'm heading to April as the fourth month of the year. April, then April. So if you want to see whether the code is really working, you just save Ctrl S, then refresh and see whether your months are there. They are already there. Back to my codes. April, March, April, May. So I just type May. Even here I put a May. Next, after May I put June. June, my birth month. June, sorry, June, July, August. I'm heading to the last month of the year. August. Okay. Then I type another August. September. The current incredible month. September. October. So you see that the coding becomes easy because you're just copying. You don't need to retype. You can just copy the first option value, provided it was running. October. Then November. Then the last month, incredible month, December. We're heading to December. So if I save this, Ctrl S, then I refresh, all the months are there. So that's how drop down works. And it was for months of a year. for the months. It was just months over here. Then back to this, there is appointment date. Now appointment date, it's also drop down. It's also drop down, and it's just created outside the select. Remember, we opened select here and I immediately closed select. So appointment is just outside select because it's having its own drop downs. So I'm going to put appointment date, and then I give it a select name is equal to drop down. Same applies to this. I close the selecting of the appointment date. So I save immediately, then I see how it affects my website. It's already there, but it should be pushed to the next line. So I'm going to break it by simply putting a P at the start of it, a P, then I save P for paragraph. It's going to be pushed down, and then I start putting my option values for the dates as well. I'm going to just hit enter, then I write my first option value. Like I said, you write your first option value and then you close it immediately after sorry, I didn't close it. You close it immediately. Then after closing it immediately, you come to the option value here. You give it its first value. It's going to be, of course, number 1. The first date is 1. Then after typing your 1, you type selected. So 1 has been selected. So typing selected, you just repeat your 1 here, and then you save. You see how it affects this. You see 1 is already there. So I'm going to just copy a lot of option values because dates are just they are just over 31 dates in a month. So I'm going to just copy this and then I paste. I'm going to copy this, highlight this, copy, yes, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste. I'm pressing enter to get to the next line. Enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste. There could be over 30. Enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste. Let me first change the numbers here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I have to do this again. 1, 2, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, so I put a 25 here. I put a 26. Sorry, not 36. There's no date of 36. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. Then I just do the same here. Here it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, this is 20. Really, is it 20? Is it matching the other one? Yeah, it is. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then 31. So if I save this and then I get back to my page, then I refresh, the dates are just there. So you should be careful when you're copying these dates, because any mistake you could make could affect your website. For example, take a look at this. If I type a 300 here as a date, then I save. If I go to my code, let me first go back to this. I type a 300 here, then I do the same here, and I save. Go back to this. So if you type a date wrongly in your code, it's going to be affected even in the web page. So you should be mindful about the dates you're typing, the order and the numbers you're really typing as your dates. So instead of 300, it was 31. It's supposed to be a 31. Even here, it's supposed to be a 31. So if I save this, go back to this, it's now really working. Now, to address to area, address is in the center, area is on the left. Address is in the center, then area is on the left. Of course, address is going to come at the end of select. So address with its input type, input type is equal to text, because when someone is typing their address, they're going to be typing text there. So that's why I'm putting input type is equal to text. And after typing text, I can type name. What's the name? It is address. It's address. Then let me first save. Oh, I forgot to put to the center tag, center, and then you close center, then you save. I see whether it affects my website. Yeah, it really does. Then I'm heading to area, which is not in the center, but city is in the center. Back to my code. This is my code. I'm going to type area, give it input type is equal to this is text, and then name. The name is of course area. I open the two tags, I type area, and then I save. I see whether it affects my website. I'm always checking here to see whether things are moving on smoothly, and of course they are. Area, then city, center, home telephone number to the left. Back to my code. I may even just type city here. If I type city, then I can locate the input type I had used here previously. So I can locate it by just copying it, and then I paste. I could paste here input type is equal to text name. I just change the name because this is not address, it is now city. Then I put it in the center because city is supposed to be in the center. Same applies to this. I put it in the center. Save, go back to this and check whether things are okay. They are. And then I head to home telephone number. Home telephone number. So type home telephone number. Now home telephone number is another text that's going to support a form, but home telephone number, it could have some slight change because its input type is going to be number. Maybe someone's typing numbers there instead of text. If it is number, input type is equal to number, and then I just put a name. The name is home telephone number. Yes, so home telephone number, then home telephone number. Let me first save. I see its effect on my work. There we are, it's correct. And there are numbers because I can even click here to put any number I want. Remember, I gave it an input type of number. Next up is the country code. Now you see, if you've been moving with me throughout the video, you see that country code is having a selection of those country codes. You can put some country codes. Provided you have a lot of country codes, someone could select a country code for your form, for your home cleaning form. So it's like the previous codes have been doing, the select codes. For example, this one was a select code of the dates. Now even this one of home, of country code rather, country code, I first type country code. Then after typing country code, I give it a select name. Same applies to this one here. I could even just copy this, Ctrl C, then I come to country code, I paste, Ctrl V, I could eliminate the space here, select name, drop down, and I could close the select immediately. Let me first save, and I see how it affects my work, country code. And then comparing with this, country code could be pushed to the center. Let me first push it to the center. Mine is not in the center. I can decide to push it to the center by giving it a center tag. Center. And then even here, I can put center. Ctrl S, and then I save. That makes sense. Then I'm going to give it the options. The options, they are now for country codes. These options are for the date, and these options are for the months. Now the options I'm going to give this one, they just for country codes. Now what makes at times coding fun is I could even just copy this, Ctrl C, because it's also an option value. Then I paste it here. I just change this. Instead of 31, I put my first country code. Maybe I'm putting UGI plus 256. That's the country code for Uganda, where I'm currently recording the video from. Ctrl C. Then here where there is 31, I put the same. Ctrl V. Yes, then I save. I see whether it affects my code. Refresh. Of course it does. Back to the code. If you have any code, you can put any other codes if you want to, or if you're required to do so, you can put any code here. Maybe I'm having another code that is the Kenyan code. It is KEN plus 257 as an example. And I could highlight this, and I copy it to this. Then I go back to this, and the two codes are already there. Now it depends on what you have. Currently, my home cleaning service may be available in just Uganda and Kenya. But if you add in more countries, you go back to your code and add in a patch. Maybe I've been told to also work in another country. Control C, Control V. I've been told to work in another country, that is Rwanda 259 code. So I could put the code around here, and it is Rwanda 259. Forgot a plus. Then I copy this, copy, paste. Then I save, and then back to this. I could refresh and run. It's right there. Now I could stop at country code, and I could stop at the third country. Then I head to something else. If I go back and I open what I'm using as reference, it is now phone number, and a phone number is also required around here, and the form is just under phone number, and it's not select, of course. So if it's not select, we're going to go at the end of select, press enter, I type phone number, then I save, I press enter, then I can put here some inputs, input type, phone number. Let me first save this. I see the effect. In my code. Okay. Now more is running, and then I see the effect, because whenever you run and see the effect and it's not doing what you want, you simply go back to the code and make necessary changes. For example, phone number is supposed to be in the center, and it's supposed to be bold. If you look at that, so I want to put mine in the center, and I'll bold it. Phone number, it should be center, close center. Of course, it's a P paragraph, and it can even be a B bold. I can put a B bold, save. Back to my code. Phone number is right there. Centered, bold, next line. Okay. So I've sorted phone number, and phone number is going to just have an input type, text. But remember, the input type was, the form was pushed to the next line. So I want to go to my code right here. I put the input type at the next line. Input type equals, I can give it text because the phone number can have a plus. Here I can type a name. It is phone number. Phone number. Okay, let me first save this. I see its effect on my code. Yes. Maybe the box is near it's near the phone number. I can put a P. I save, and then I see how it affects my website. Correct, that's better. After phone number, we have true, false, true, false, true, false. True, all information submitted is true to my knowledge. False, not sure of the information submitted. Let me start with true. So true is a type of formatting feature in web pages, and it's called a radio button. A radio button enables one to just click into that circle and then it will turn to blue. Now that's called a radio button. It can either be true, false, at times it can be male, female, etc. Now for this case, I'm going to give it an option value in my code. Back to my code, under here I'm going to give it input type is equal to. Now it's going to change here. At first I was using text, but now it's changing to radio because I've just previously said that it's a radio button. Name is equal to, I can give it something like info, just a short form of information, info. And what's the value? The value is true. True is going to appear. That's the value, true. And then I just repeat the true, and maybe I can break it. To the next line. Save. Then back to my code, I run true. But this true was pushed to the next line. So I can go back to the true word, and then I can give it a P around here. First remove this, Ctrl S, run. Correct. So it's true, and it just had some information under it. I'll just break the information, and the information was I'm forgetting the information that was there. All information submitted is true to my knowledge. Okay. All information submitted is true to my knowledge. All information submitted is true to my knowledge. I guess that was the information there. So if I save this, and then I think this one also had a P. And if I save this, then I run. Correct. Then I head to false, not sure of the information submitted in red. False is just like true. What changes is something small. I could even just copy this. And I could just paste it here. Then I change some few stuff there. For example, I'll just change the value from true to false, but it remains a radio button. That's why I'm leaving radio there. False, save, and then I see how it really affects my website. It affects it like that. Then the information was not sure of the information submitted. You're not sure of the information being submitted. So I can type here, not sure of the information submitted. Okay, maybe someone's not sure of the information they have really submitted to the website. But I recall it had a green color, that's why I'm putting a font color is equal to red. I close the font because if I don't close the font, it will affect the words or the text below. So if I save this, go back to this, then I run. It is in red. I could even give it a bold structure. I can give it a B for bold, P for paragraph, BR for break, bold, then even here, I can close the bold, save. Okay, then if I run, it runs. Okay, then lastly, it is a submit and reset. Submit and reset. They're just buttons in a form that can, of course, help someone submit the information or reset the information. So back to my code. How do we do that? Because it's what my website is missing. Submit and reset. Hit enter. Then I type the codes responsible for submit and reset. Now this is also the same as radio, but a few things change. Input type. Now the input type here is going to just be submit, of course, for the first one. Submit, and the name is just, of course, submit again. Submit. Sorry, wrong spelling. Submit. Okay. And the value again is submit. Ctrl S, back to this, save. Submit should be pushed to the next line, so it can have a P. You can put a P, push it, paragraph, next line, okay, correct. Then I could just highlight this. Of course, if your submit is working, you could just highlight this and then you just make a few changes, because why not? Paste. Input type, now this was reset. Even here it is reset, and even here again it is reset. Ctrl S, back to this, refresh, and there we are. Wow, now that's just a form that is capable of maybe managing a small home cleaning service. It's just a form that can manage a small home cleaning service, and that's the end of it all. Now I was copying from this, and then I was doing this. It's just almost the same, and that's what is followed when designing that form I displayed at the start. Of course, a form is going to help someone interact. Maybe someone is Ian, the next name is Kate, and the appointment date is March 17th. The area is Nigeria. The address Nakawa. As an example, just the home telephone number is this, maybe city, club, country, Uganda, phone number 01286731, and my information is true. Then I submit. That's just a form that can help someone interact with the owners, maybe of the home cleaning service, and it's going to work like that. That's how things were supposed to work in that simple form. Now that is it all for my video as of now. I think I'm heading to the 80th video on my channel, and I'm heading to at least 6,000 views on all my videos. Please, thanks for the views, thanks for the feedback, thanks for the comments, thanks for whatever. More of the videos will be coming, and those who are asking for web design. Here you are. I'm trying to make some videos concerning web design, and this is one of them. If you're new to web design, you're new to HTML, feel free to inbox, and then I will send those basic codes you need to learn so that you know HTML. And then if you're okay with HTML, you've been doing some HTML, you can move along with me in this video to also do this kind of form. Thanks for the time you've been watching this video, and a nice evening.